Just finished watching Dillian Whyte's public workout for his fight this Saturday against Joseph Parker. I thought Dillian Whyte looked very sharp. I thought his form looked very good. He wasn't going hell for leather or anything on the pads. He was just, going through the motions, but holding his shape together and holding his form together. And to me, he's looking very sharp. I've watched Dillian Whyte on the pads many, many times before, so I know what I'm comparing it to. And to me, he looked good on the pads. You can look great on the pads, but that don't necessarily mean you're going to perform well in the ring. That has to be said. But as pad workouts go, this was probably one of the better pad workouts I've seen from Dillian Whyte. He looked very sharp. He was holding his form together well. His balance looked improved. His hand speed looked good enough. So yeah, I like what I saw. And also the jab seemed very sharp from Dillian Whyte on the pads. So hopefully we're going to get the very best from him. And we'll see whether that's enough to defeat Joseph Parker. You have to give maximum respect to both Dillian Whyte and Joseph Parker, because this is a risky fight for the pair of them. And really, they're very similar guys in terms of their mentality for success, because they've both been risk takers in their careers. Look at Joseph Parker. When he won his heavyweight title against Andy Ruiz, he could have just sat in New Zealand and not gone anywhere and fought a bunch of nobodies and tin cans that they picked from the WBO rankings. But he didn't do that. He went to the UK to fight Hughie Fury, which is a tricky fight. And then he tried to unify with, well, he did try to unify with Anthony Joshua. He signed a unification with Joshua when he'd barely become champion. You have to respect that. You have to respect the risk taking of this man. And similar situation with Dillian Whyte. The guy's been taking risks his whole career. So respect to both men. We are living, I've said this so many times, I've been saying this for the past 3 years. We are living through a new golden age in heavyweight boxing. And being someone who has lived through a previous golden age in heavyweight boxing, which was the 1990s, I realize what it's like to be in a golden age. And I realize that when you're in a golden age, most people don't realize it's a golden age. In the 1990s, very few boxing fans, very few members of the general public were saying this is a great era for heavyweight boxing. No, actually, the majority of people were saying the opposite. I remember very clearly the majority of people were saying, the heavyweight division's terrible these days. It's in a terrible state. That's what people were saying for virtually the entirety of the 1990s. They were saying the heavyweight division is in a terrible state. It's only retrospectively when people look back now, they think, wow, the 90s was great. They weren't saying that at the time, trust me, I remember it very clearly. And it's the same now. So many people are saying, oh God, the heavyweight division's terrible and so on and so forth. The fighters are not very good and they wouldn't have lasted long in the 90s. They wouldn't have lasted long in the 70s. I've heard it all before. I'm telling you that this is a golden era of heavyweight boxing that we're living through right now. The likes of Dillian Whytes and Joseph Parker's, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, Povetkin, all these guys. It's a golden era. There are so many characters. There are so many interesting fights, so many interesting matchups, so many different type of styles. This is a golden era. And I'm just happy to have been alive and lived through a second golden era in heavyweight boxing. So yeah, gonna enjoy this fight. Dillian Whyte looks sharp. Maximum respect to him and Joseph Parker, two warriors gonna go at it for our entertainment. And David Higgins, Parker's promoter, is saying that he reckons this might turn out to be fight of the year. And it definitely has the ingredients. It definitely has the ingredients. Two guys who are hungry. Two guys who've got something to prove. Dillian Whyte always goes for it. Dillian Whyte never shies away from a fight. Joseph Parker has shied away from a fight a few times, but I don't think he will this time because of the fact that there was backlash over his performance against Anthony Joshua, and he didn't get the decision against Anthony Joshua. So is he really going to be so cautious this time around? Does he really think he's going to get a fair, well, what he sees as fair treatment from the judges, or favorable treatment from the judges, if he boxes such a safety first style against Dillian Whyte. You know, I think because of that, he's going to be a lot more aggressive against Dillian Whyte, Joseph Parker. And also, I don't think he respects Dillian Whyte as much as he respected Anthony Joshua. I don't think he sees as much of a threat from Dillian Whyte as he saw from Joshua. And because of that, he's going to let his hands go more. And that will make for a very entertaining spectacle. So, yeah, definitely looking forward to this one. Both guys look sharp, but particularly Dillian Whyte, because he showed a little more in the public workout. Parker was really playing his cards close to his chest. So, yeah, let me know what you guys thought of Dillian Whyte at the public workout, and how do you see the fight going? Let me know. It's happening, I'm out.